Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Joey Boosted here, and today I'm just going over a quick video on what I currently have for my turbo build for my Miata here. So the plan is pretty much right now is to have the Miata up and running, get the engine, because the engine's out right now, and I have videos I'm making for the engine out. I've been having some problems, with certain videos I took getting them over to the computer, but I will release that soon, pulling the engine and everything. But the engine is out, and it's gonna be going back in soon after seals and everything are done. So, but in the meantime, I figured I might as well show you what I currently have. Like, I have everything I have, or everything I should say I need to pretty much get this car up and running, naturally aspirated. So let's get started here. So I think the first thing I should go over here, what I currently have, is ACT, what is that? ZM2 HDSS clutch kit. So it has a release bearing, pilot bearing, alignment tool, a heavy-duty pressure plate, and a disc. Super good. This was about 500 bucks here, and you do not want to cheap out on clutches, because I've heard stories of clutches, like eBay ones and things like that, exploding, and sometimes it can, almost cut your foot off if it explodes and goes through the firewall or goes through underneath where your feet are at the clutch pedals. So don't cheap out. Don't buy the $100 thing. Plus, if it goes bad, you don't want to have to pull the engine or just go and have to replace a clutch. It's a pain to replace a clutch. So do it once, do it right. Get an ACT, maybe Flying Miata, whatever. I was gonna get Flying Miata, but some reviews were hit and miss. So I just decided to get an ACT one that seems to be pretty heavy duty, seems to be well known. So the ZM2 HDSS, I think it has about 230, 250 torque max, but I'm aiming for 220, 250 anyway, so this is perfect. Speaking of clutches, I ordered this on eBay for like 80 bucks. It is a CD master cylinder, slave cylinder, and stainless steel braided clutch line. While I'm there, I might as well replace it and be done. Makes it easier to bleed it to in the future. And it looks cooler, and it firms up the pedals, so there's not really any negatives to it. It's only a few bucks more. So I got this kit for like 85 bucks on eBay, and it was kind of awesome. So next thing, because when I was pulling up the Miata's engine, I kind of destroyed the old ones, and plus they're old and cracked, and you don't want to use it if you're using high horsepower, even anything over stock engine mounts. So these are the AWR engine mounts for a 90 to 93 Miata for the 1.6. I got these, I think, for $260 shipped, and they are kind of nice. They're I think there's a 75 durometer rating, so which is descriptive of this little rubber bushing that's in here that holds it. So it's a little bit more stiff than stock, but still bearable. And this is obviously a part that attaches to the engine. This is the part that attaches to the frame of the vehicle, and the engine sits on this here. So it's definitely a little bit more, sturdy. It's going to take high horsepower a little bit better, and it's not going to go bad like the stock mounts. I'm not, if you're there, you might as well do it. Why are you going to put in $100 mounts if you could just spend a little bit more and not have to worry about it and take higher horsepower applications? Get something that's going to be able to handle it. Next thing, now this isn't really just for the turbo. This is just overall. I went to TreasureCoastMiata.com or whatever it is. It's Treasure Coast Miata, and I bought like the whole timing belt kit for a 93 Miata for the 1.6. It was like $360. And it comes with everything. It comes with all the belts. A bunch of stuff in here. So OEM valve cover gasket from Mazda. Throw a fuel filter in there while I was there. Comes with a bunch of seals. You got your cam seals in there. You got your thermostat seals, water pump seals, more gaskets, rear main. $30 by itself. This is actually from Moss Miata. I ordered this. This did not come from the Treasure Coast, but this is $30 by itself. This I also got from Moss, the transmission seals, the front. This came in the Treasure Coast one, just a thermostat. I also got this from Moss as well, the OEM oil pan half moon gaskets. The rest is RTV, gray RTV. These are like $42 by themselves, but if you're gonna do it, especially such a complicated thing to get to, if the engine's in the car, just get the OEM one. And then some more genuine gaskets for the engine there. Valve time. I think this is the valve cover, the timing cover gasket set. So I pretty much got all the add-ons that I could get for the treasure coat set there. So pretty much every single seal I could do. Oh, and don't forget the water pump, obviously. I got the Gates water pump here. The Gates water pump. And then, where is it? Oh yeah. And this was a timing component kit, the belt, pulleys. So for $360, they take all the guesswork out of it. It's kind of nice. Another thing I got here was, let me see. So it's kind of, the box is all messed up, but I got from Harbor Freight a boost gauge. $15 if you can light it up. Different colors there. From what I see, it's pretty reliable and it's pretty accurate. So, you know, why not? It's only $15. If you break it, if it's cheap, if it doesn't work, you just get another one for $15. Apparently, it's pretty good for what it is. For the AFR gauge, I got this off Summit Racing. I believe it's Summit Racing I got off. This is the AEM 34110 gauge kit. So it matches the boost one kind of nicely. I'd say they're pretty close. You know, they got the silver and the white, so not bad. I made like a homemade gauge cluster off of TheCarPassionChannel using the ABS plastic. You drill the things in. It worked out pretty well. You know, is it perfect? No, but I'll show you about that. But also, and remember, I'm gonna be using this naturally aspirated first, so I kind of was thinking what I could put in while it's naturally aspirated that will protect it. We're allowed to operate best before it's turboed, and then I don't have to worry about it. So that's why I did the clutch. That's why I got all the seals, everything done for engine maintenance. I got a brand new hose set as well, complete OEM coolant hose set. I got an aluminum radiator from CX Racing. I got a ton of stuff that you're not gonna see here. But the last two things I bought was an AFR gauge and then a Speedy EFI engine management system here for the 90 to 93 1.6 Miata. This comes preloaded with some firmware firmware and a base tune for the 1.6. And from what I've seen, it's really good. I got it for $450. I got the plug and play kit. It comes with like a bunch of the wiring. You got like a 3D printed, I think this is the intake air temperature sensor mount, I believe. We're 3D printed, so the bracket's on there. And then, yeah, of course, this here, which I'm really excited about. So with this, you can tune the car as long as you have this and an AFR gauge. You can tune the car naturally aspirated and be good, and then pretty much turboing is easy after this is done. So, you know, I was figuring, what can I do to drive this car and still allow me to save up some more for the turbo in the meantime? Get the ECU done, get the AFR, and then you'll be okay for a little while. That also brings into a few other components into play. Speaking when you're going to boost, you're going to need injectors. So these are genuine RX-8 injectors. They're the Denso, the yellows. I think these are 420cc injectors. And I pulled these from an RX-8 myself, so I know they're legitimate. It's recommended to not get the standard or any eBay RX-8 ones or anything like that, because a lot of them are fraudulent. So, you know, do your research. If your seller is good, you know, then they're good, but just be careful. These are genuine Denso ones. These are $100. And so pretty much what I'm gonna do is rebuild them. And I got this here, this is $25 off eBay from Injector Rehab. And this is like a full little rebuild kit. You got both seals in there, upper, lower seal. And actually you got 3 seals per each one. And then you got the little cap filters in there as well. I think this is enough for 6, but I only have 4, so it works. When I was gonna start boosting this a few months ago, I did get some other injectors. These are Mazda Speed injectors from I think these are 265cc from a Mazda Speed Miata, and these are the purple tops. These are also good for low horsepower applications, but I just wanted to go for the RX-8s, a little bit more flow. I'll show you this too. I don't know if I'm using this or if I'm going to use this, but I've had this for a few months. The coveted eBay cast iron manifold for the 1.6. It is, well known to be one of the few eBay parts that's somewhat reliable. Some people put their relief cuts in here, which I don't know how far to go in that. I don't know. I'll look up what to do. But the only problem with this is the type of flange. This is a T3 flange, so I can get a T3 turbo off at least CX Racing. They have a .4860 or .48.60, however you want to say it. 8 psi internal wastegated turbo that would fit this. It's a T3, so it's pretty good overall. And it comes with the oil line kit. I think it's $320 right now, which I could put up a picture of that. But that's what I was possibly thinking of. The only thing is, if you use this manifold, and I've done a lot of research, if you use this manifold, there's a high chance that you're gonna have to custom fabricate a downpipe. So that's where you want to make sure you know what you're doing. So I don't know. We'll see here. But yeah, if I end up using this, I'll get that turbo, and then I'll just have a shop weld up a downpipe and the rest of the exhaust. But I don't really have a lot of welding capability, so it is what it is. Ideally, though, what I like to do is get a Kraken manifold downpipe, or a Flying Miata manifold downpipe, and a Garrett 2554R turbo, and then you'd be golden, and it'd be super reliable. The Kraken full exhaust is also really nice. It's $1,600. It comes from pretty much from manifold to exhaust tip. It's complete for a Garrett turbo, or I think the Borg-Warner ones as well. And it's $1,600. I mean, it's not really that bad for what you get. It's super high quality. But overall, engine's out. I'm gonna do the seals. I'm gonna drill the oil pan. Oh yeah, I got the oil pan. So while it's out of the car, I might as well drill it. I don't need the whole oil line kit right now. They're about $100 to $125 online from MK Turbo and from CX Racing. I got the bung, and I could put the bung picture in. I got it for like $7 by itself. And I'm just gonna drill and tap the oil pan while it's out, because I don't have the oil line kit. And I'm not gonna turbo it, probably for the next, 2 to 3 months. So I'm gonna drill and tap the oil pan and just cap it off until I'm ready to use it. This way it's done. I just need a differential. I need to get the manifold turbo downpipe and the intercooler piping, and that's it. Everything else is done, which, is more just engine maintenance and the clutch and, AFR and boost gauge and that stuff. So everything else is done. I'll probably get the intercooler piping next, since I could route that and use it as an interfooler. And then, as Car Passion Channel says. But besides that, that's where we're at. So I know this is a long video. Thanks everyone for watching. If you made it this far, I'm really excited. We're gonna get this car boosted. Thanks for watching. Joey Boosted out. Peace.